So I was just doing my taxes, and for the last 6 months, we generated $20,000 on average per month consistently for my coaching business. And what's even cooler is that I was looking at the numbers of my clients and tracked results. We have generated our clients $1.1 million in total. So that's a big win, and I love it. And if you give me the next 20 to 30 minutes, especially if you're a coach, because this is who I specialize with, I'm going to shave off years off of your journey, because I'm going to share with you the 6 lessons that took me approximately 7 years of ups and downs, trial and error, falling back and getting back up to learn how to make money in my business and generate clients in my business. And if you implement those, you're going to make 10, 20, $30,000 a month in your business pretty quickly. Or at least my promise is much quicker than it took me. That's the minimum that I could promise, much quicker than it took me. Cool? So let's get into it. Lesson number 1 is removing the filter between thought and action. See, momentum builds growth, but momentum doesn't happen if we're always filtering each thought and not taking action on it. And here's what I mean. For years, I used to just pride myself on being an overthinker, a strategizer, an operator, a perfectionist, someone who everything should be in place before I launch or before I do something. Every post should be perfectly studied. Every single thing should be perfectly planned. 1 second, sorry. I'm not gonna cut this. I'm gonna leave this. Very raw. Everything should be perfectly planned. And I used to pride myself on that. And I saw people just making much more money than I was. And like people who didn't have better skills, they didn't have better strategy, they didn't have even better implementation than me. I had better implementation because I used to plan everything and make sure that everything was perfect. And yet they were making much more money than I was. So what is wrong? What was the problem? And then one day I was in a mastermind of 6 and 7-figure entrepreneurs. And the front row is full of 7-figure entrepreneurs. And we were sitting in the back end. And there was this guy, big, jacked, bald dude. He had a business that was making $8 million a year. He used to attend the mastermind, take all of the lessons, come the next day, everything was already implemented. We were leaving the mastermind at 9 p.m. When did he have time from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. to implement everything? And this is when I understood something critical. The highest performers, the highest earners, especially with coaching, consulting, and creator businesses, because our work depends on the output that we create sometimes. They are the people who take action without filters. When the thought takes place, when they think about something, when they learn something, immediate action. Immediate action in some way, in some shape, in some form, without a lot of filters, without a lot of perfectionism, without a lot of whatever it is. And if you see this book over here, the white one, this is the book about Elon Musk. And one thing that Elon Musk used to do, and he still does it, he takes a ton of action, and then after he takes the action, he looks back at everything and he assesses. He makes sure that what can we remove, what can we fix, what can we improve. But he doesn't fix everything before taking action. So the first lesson, remove the filter between thought and action. Make it very close. Thought, action. Which takes us to the second point, which is a point that builds up on the first one. Do not build a business with fragility. See, if you're taking action and you're taking action relentlessly and you're doing the things that you need to be doing, sometimes you could be building the wrong things. And let me tell you my story. For the first couple of years in my journey, I was doing cold DMs, cold outreach, cold email. I was even posting some content on some platforms. But something that I didn't understand was the day that I stopped, the business stopped. One day, actually 1 week, for 5 days approximately, I was very sick. Bacteria in my gut, something, I'm not going to go into the details, but you could just imagine it, cool? And I couldn't even stand up to show up in the business. So I didn't. I took a week off. And then when I went back to the business, it felt like I was lost. No one knew about me. No one knew where I went. Nothing was working. So I had to rebuild the business back up. And this is when I realized the second most important lesson, which is do not build your business on fragility. If you're building your business based on things that require your constant input, and when you're not present, it falls apart, it breaks down, nothing works, you're not building a business. You're building a treadmill where you walk and you run in place, but you're not actually moving. And the moment you step off of the treadmill stops. So this is when I learned kind of a very important lesson within the business. Build long-term evergreen assets. This is even why Mass Control, the methodology that I teach with my mentorship clients, is built on evergreen assets. Every single thing that you produce, this YouTube video, the assets that I create, the trainings that I create, everything lives on even when I'm not here. I traveled for 5 days to Turkey with my fiance, didn't even touch my phone, didn't even take my computer with me. But I came back, views were up, leads were up, sales were good, people were coming into my pipeline consistently, even though I was not present. Why? Because of this lesson. Build evergreen assets. Build assets that move the business forward even when you're not here. So yes, do not filter between your thoughts and actions, but make sure that the things that you're thinking about and the actions that you're taking actually move the business forward even when you're not here. And yes, we're not gonna cut this. The lights turned off. I'm gonna fix this. Give me a second and I'll come back. So I'm back. Lights turned off. We cannot control it, but we're gonna keep on going. So lesson number 3, fix yourself before the business. See, at each level, a new demon shows up. And this demon comes not from the outside, but a lot of times from the inside. See, at each level within my journey, when I was at $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000 and I wanted to get to $10,000 to $15,000, I chased a lot of strategy. And one time, one of my mindset coaches sat with me and he told me, do you believe you're worthy of making $10,000 to $15,000? And I looked at him. He said, Arnold, don't think, be honest. I told him no. When I become someone who's worthy, I will make it. And he told me, then when are you going to become this person? And this is kind of the self-sabotaging loop and self-sabotaging patterns that we all fall into. At each level, we chase strategy, we chase a system because we think that the strategy or the system is the thing that's going to take us to the next level. And sometimes it is. But most times, if you do not believe in yourself enough to actually go and make it, if you do not see yourself as someone who makes this money, if you do not believe at your heart of hearts that you deserve to make this money, you're not going to make this money. Because sometimes you need to believe that you are valuable enough to charge a certain amount of money. Because if you're undercharging every single time, it's going to be very hard to scale. You need to believe in yourself enough when a prospect or when someone reaches out to you and they start bullshitting you, saying every single thing, every single excuse, you have to be very confident in yourself and in your skin to look at them in the eyes or in text and tell him, stop bullshitting yourself. I got someone paying me $5,000 paid up front in full. Do you know how? He was messaging me, telling me all sorts of things, limiting beliefs. And I told him one simple sentence. I asked him, so right now you are feeding your old identity that is escaping every single thing that would make you successful. Are you going to keep on escaping or are you going to face it? Boom, he paid. In the DMs, not even on a call. But why was I able to do that? It's because I trust myself and I have confidence in the thing that I'm creating. So before you go out there and chase a strategy, create a deep level of comfort within your own skin, within your own self. Show up, dominate, be a bulldozer in the things that you want to create and the things that you want to achieve. Have certainty, have confidence in your own skin, and then you will go and you will make the money that you want to make within your business. Which takes us to lesson number 4. Now we're going to get tactical into business. So listen up. There is a certain order for a business to succeed. 1, build the messenger. 2, build the message. 3, build the market. Very important. Now what most people do is they go out there, they hear a guru telling them, you need one good offer, one core offer. So they obsess about finding the offer and fixing the offer and building an amazing offer. They hear someone else telling them, you need to zone in on your niche. So they go and they niche down until they are strapped in a small box that they call a niche. And you spend so much time on those things where in reality, those things are just secondary activities. If people do not believe in you, who you are, your presence, your authority, even if you present them gold, they're gonna look at the gold and they're gonna be like, why are you giving me gold? Think about it. Someone random on the street, you don't know. He doesn't look the part. We're not gonna go into that details. He approached you and he looks at you and he's like, take, this is $100. What's the first thing in your mind? Why are you giving me $100? Maybe, is it fake? Is it counterfeit? Did you steal it and you're giving it to me? If people do not trust you, if people do not believe you, if people do not believe your authority, if people do not see you as the go-to person, whatever you present, it's not gonna work. And this is something that I understood within my journey when I started looking at people like Alex Hormozi, Sam Ovens, Alex Becker, Iman Gaji. I could name a million different people. And those people, whatever they want to sell, they sell. Whenever they make an offer, they sell. Millions, easily, their business is running. And every time I look at those people, I'm like, how? How is it so easy for those people to make money while most people are still chasing the 10K per month? Most people cannot make 2 to 3 high ticket sales per month to reach 10K per month. How do those people make it while they sleep while other people are chasing and chasing and chasing? And this is what I realized, and this is one of the core things that we build with our clients. The messenger is more important than the messages. Who is saying the thing, who is making the offer is much more important than the offer itself. And to kind of finalize this argument, I have a friend who charges $25,000 to get on a 1 hour call with him. 1 hour call with him. And people line up to get it. Why is that? Because he has built and sold 3 multi-million-dollar companies. So when you pay him $25,000, you're not paying a random person $25,000. You're paying someone who has achieved a result that most people dream of. He is an authority in his market. He is a go-to person in his market. And that's why he gets paid like this. Now, I know that you are watching and that I am an expert at what we do. We're good at what we do. We've worked with clients on what we do. We've served the people. We have put in the reps. But the problem is that the market still doesn't see us as an authority, or still doesn't see you as an authority. And this is why you're making offers consistently, but people are not getting them. And then you watch someone who tells you, fix the offer, fix the niche, fix the marketing. None of that is what you need to fix. What you need to fix is how you're showing up to the market, who you are, your story, your authority, your trust. So build the messenger before the message, which takes us to lesson number 5, the most important lesson of them all. This by itself will shave years off of your journey and will make you so much money that you can't even imagine. Eliminate belief debt. Eliminate belief debt. Now, what is belief debt? Most people are doing the right things. You are doing the right things. You're making the offers, you're showing up, you're creating content, you're doing everything consistently as you should. And this is what I did for multiple years. And people liked, people commented, people resonated with the stuff that I was putting out, but no one was buying. And if someone bought, it was a lucky break. Every couple of months, someone buys, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month. And again, I was making $2,000, $3,000, maximum $4,000 a month. And what I didn't realize back then, because no one taught me this, it took me a lot of years of trying and error to figure it out, is that I was creating belief debt. Because every single time that I posted, I was talking about a different thing, a new angle, a new perspective, a new solution to the same problems. And every single time I was posting to give value and to show up consistently and to check it off my daily checklist without realizing that every single new program name that I was putting out, every single new branding or landing page that I was putting out, every single time I used to come up with a new thing, a new angle, a new idea, a new perspective, what was happening is that the audience were like, I like this guy, but what is he doing? He's all over the place. One day he's here, the other day he's there, the other day he's there. One time he's offering this program, and then he was offering this program, and then he's offering this program. Choose. Your audience is not dumb. They see your own uncertainty. They see your own lack of clarity. They see how many times you change. and they pick it up and they feel it and they stick with it. And then intuitively, they think to themselves, there's something off about this person. And this is where belief that takes place. And this is one of the very first things that you need to optimize to solve within your business. Have one core foundation for your business, one core branding guideline, one core message that you want to put out, one core problem that you want to specialize in, one core that you show up for. This way your audience, every single time they see you showing up, every single time they see one of your training, every single time they see one of your evergreen assets, they know exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it, and what's next. You're not all over the place. You're not confusing them. You're giving them the clarity that they desperately crave. Because keep in mind, most people want to get the thing that you're promising. Whatever you're promising, they want it. The problem is that they haven't found an ideal path for them. You are the provider of this ideal path. But you can only be a provider if you are clear on it. You cannot be uncertain and then expect people to pay you thousands of dollars for uncertainty. It's impossible. And let's wrap it up with lesson number 6. You need a predictable source of revenue. So I want you to imagine with me a concert. Okay, so there's an artist that's coming to your town. Cool. Now imagine this artist, the day that he comes into town, they make an ad and they tell you, hey, this artist is here, come watch him. And the day that he's in town, he has a performance. You're like, I didn't have time. I didn't buy the tickets. I didn't buy the clothes. I didn't do anything. I didn't schedule it. I didn't take off from work. How can I go and watch this artist? It's kind of the same thing with your offers. If you don't have a consistent rhythm where you're opening up offers, where you're pre-building for the offers, where you have a marketing campaign to tease people, to let people know that you are presenting something at the end of the next week or the week after that or even next month, if you're just randomly opening an offer and then closing an offer, you cannot create a predictable source of revenue. You cannot, my tongue twisted, I'm gonna leave this, I'm not gonna edit it. You cannot create a consistent source of income because you're just coming in, going out. So imagine the artist. What does the artist do? First, the agency that's getting the artist starts to build it up. They start to sell tickets a month, 2 months before. They start to tease people on the radio, in billboard ads, even in ads on your computer and on your phone. And then promoters start to pop in and they start to build it up. And then the artist himself starts to tease it. I'm going to be at this country, this time, this day. Come in, watch me, get your tickets here. And it's like this entire build up and then the event. Imagine your offer is the event. Imagine your program is the event. How are you going to build up for it? How are you going to build up anticipation, teasing? How? See, every single one of us has a conversion mechanism. Whether you convert people through workshops, whether you convert people through the chat, whether you convert people through an offer document. Like, for example, I use offer documents and DMs. People read my offer document, they send me a DM, they pay me thousands of dollars, they start working with me. But most people think that it happens on the fly. No, it doesn't happen on the fly. I know exactly a month before what I'm preparing to launch at the end of the month. I know how many leads I need. I know how to build anticipation. I know what posts need to take place beforehand so I build up for the offer. I know how many new people I need on my email list to convert a certain percentage. And I know when I open the offer, people are already ready to receive the offer. It's not a random event. It's a predictable sales system. Every business needs a predictable sales system. A system where you know how many eyeballs you're getting, how many you're converting into leads, how many of those you're converting into people who are ready and warmed up to your offer, and how many people see your offer, and how many people that see your offer buy your offer. And this is one of the core things that we've built in Mass Control, which is a series of content, a series of posts that we give to our clients where they can build up the anticipation day after day, week after day, week after week, week after week, month after month. So when they promote the thing that they have to promote, when they launch the offer, there are people who are already waiting for it. And actually what I'm gonna do, I didn't plan this, so hopefully we have time to put it in the edit. Down below, I'm gonna just put a link for the offer post that I create that got me approximately in the last month and a half, $26,000 cool. So I'm gonna link it down below. You could just check it, the entire breakdown, everything. I'm gonna give it away to you for free. And yeah, that's it. Those are kind of the 6 lessons that if you implement, you're really gonna shave off years off of your journey. Years, and hopefully a decade. Because one of my mission is to bring true business knowledge to the world. Not strategies, not systems, not hype, but true knowledge that moves the needle forward. And if you implement those 6 lessons, you have it and it will work for you. Bye-bye.